What is good, YouTube land? Okay, guys, today we're going to be talking Madden 25. We're going to be talking about what we already know and what we're going to be learning about today. Now, this is kind of cool. E3 just went down this past week. It's kind of in review of that, and we're going to talk about some things. I do not have two controllers, so I won't be talking a lot of defense here today. I'm out of a controller right now. Anyways, one thing I want to talk to you guys about today, I'm just going to run through this in practice mode. I'm not really going to show you guys anything. This is simply just so that you can hear and see something while I'm talking now. One thing about E3 that we know is we got our buddies Z-Files and S. Gibbs went down there, locked in over there, gotten some conferences, gotten some news, and talked a lot about the game. If you guys followed them on Twitter, they had about like a million tweets, man. I tried to track down Gibbs' tweet about his Miami offense because I was just kind of watching. I was looking for something to watch and just kind of wanted to watch it again, and I couldn't find it because there were so many tweets about E3. I just gave up on it. Wanted to watch like Twin or something. But anyways, guys, what I want to talk about mainly about E3 is strictly about Madden 25, and because that's all that I really watch or pay attention to. So let's get started with the running game. That's kind of why I'm showing you guys some of the best runs in the game here. The running game is supposed to be improved. You got the new run-free system. The run-free system, basically, you're not going to want to hold the turbo boost anymore because the turbo boost, please excuse my French, the turbo boost is going to basically be just to get you to top speed. It's not going to keep you at top speed. Once you're at top speed, you're at top speed. So you might want to like once you get through the hole, you might want to hit turbo and then let off of it. But when you go up to do moves and stuff, you want to make sure that your hand is on the right stick so that you can do some cool combo moves this year. I think that's going to be kind of fun to try out. See how that works in the game. I don't think you're going to see any longer a lot of people not using any of the moves. I think you're going to see a lot of spins and jukes and stuff like that. That's going to be nice this year to see that. One thing they did talk about is the new audible system, Madden 25. You will not be able to audible. For example, here I'm in a 2 tight end set. I can no longer audible to something like a bunch here. This is now no longer effective. Will no longer work. The only way that I can audible to sets like this is if it's the same personnel. So if I come out in I-form Pro, I can go to splitback Pro, but if I come out I-form Pro and put a tight end and halfback or fullback, I still won't be able to go to single back ace, which is unfortunate. But it's just the way the game's going to work this year. It's also going to give us some new opportunities to see some new offenses. I think it's going to be nice and pretty cool to see what people are going to do offensively this year. I already know what I'm kind of planning on. I've actually been putting I think I put a couple videos up about the Madden 25 scheme, about the New York Giants book. That's kind of going to be my starting point. I also have another Madden 25 scheme that I think is going to be effective in Madden 25. I'm going to show it to you. Again, guys, we're going to talk custom playbooks as well in a minute. Just going to show you guys some more runs and stuff. But the new audible system is going to change the way that we play the game. I guarantee it. No longer you're going to see a lot of people just looking for the best money plays and just put them all in one playbook. They're going to look for more of a scheme behind it and to be able to use the personnel the best. So I'm really interested to see how that works out. Real quick, new hot routes this year. So I'm trying to find the actual route so I can show it to you guys. But there are 2 new hot routes this year for the wide receivers, and I think there's a new hot route for running backs as well. So let's just check this out real quick. Probably won't be because we're in Philly. Philly doesn't have the. Oh, here we go. Wide receiver curl. So this is similar to the way it's going to work. Now let's just come out into like a. I really wanted to show it out of like a zone blitz video, so we'll just come out and split the zone. And you see these curls on the outside. You see how small or how quick they are. The curl route to Avon is the one I really want you to focus on. That's called a smoke route, and essentially what it is, it's just a really quick stop route. So basically, we're gonna snap the ball here, and you're gonna see I can throw a quick curl to him. Now imagine that, but on the outside of the field. Essentially, it's gonna be. We're gonna spit out of this play and show you something where it would work. It's almost like a wide receiver screen, but at the same time, I'm actually going to keep looking to see if I can find an actual smoke route. It's like a wide receiver screen somewhat, but it's not. Like it's like it works similar to a wide receiver screen. Yeah, like that's how quick hitting it is, but it's more like it's just he takes like one step and he'll turn around. Basically, what it is, and it's really going to help us to beat zone blitzes. Okay, so something like this smash HB check. These are the routes that I'm talking about. So we're just coming out in one of the most popular plays this year, Sam through fire. These curl routes on the outside, imagine them being a little bit clear or closer to the line. But you see, we're going to be able to snap, and if they're in a zone blitz, we can just hit those quick curls. So that's going to be really cool. That's one of the new hot routes this year, which is nice. And they also added one of the best routes of the year, in my opinion, one of the best routes for beating max coverage. Your good friend, this should be in here. It's actually a pretty common route this year. The comeback route. So this Philly HB angle, we'll show it out of that. And the cool part about this route is that is a new hot route, and it's unbumpable. And still, I think it still will be unbumpable next year. And this is a 2-window route, so you see how we could throw it against man late like that to beat it. Also, you can pass it almost like a fade. If you pass it to the inside, like I think you like down to the inside or something, you should be able to pass lead it. It may not work. I know it works in the red zone. I don't know how it works in the. I use this instead of fades in the red zone. If you guys know about the fade throw, we'll just do the same thing, but do it from a comeback route. It works the same as that way. Anyways, like down here, I'll just snap throw them and go click on and catch it. So that's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how we use the comeback routes this year. That's another new hot route. Looking forward to that because essentially now you can put your receiver on an out route, which they still will be man coverage. They will not. However, the purple routes, like the purple zones, will get out there on the out routes this year. So that's something. And then what we can also do is we can put him on like an in route, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about for a second here. You see how the in route doesn't really get open against man because of 2-man unders coverage. It seems like in Madden 25, from what I watched the gameplays, it gets open. Like in Madden 13, we can click on, but in Madden 25, I think that route will be wide open every time against man coverage unless there's shade inside or something. So that's interesting. And then of course we have the good old Madden 12 curls that we can throw with any. And, I love the curls. I think we really missed that this year. I would have liked to see the curls implemented a little more. And this is one thing I want to talk about. I wonder if these stock fades will still be in the game. If they are in the, because what they did, guys, is the fade hot route is still in the game. But what it is, it's essentially like a streak, but about the 30-yard line. You see where like the 25-yard line here on the thing. It'll break to the outside. So essentially, it's like this. You're gonna get it, and then you're just gonna pass it to the outside. It's just gonna fade to the back like that. So that's gonna be interesting to see how we use that to beat like cover 2 zone or something. But that's gonna be interesting. But it will be. I really am looking forward to see if they have these kind of fades in the game. Because remember when they took slant outs into the game, there was only like a couple books that had them in their book. So it's going to be interesting to see if they leave the stop fades in the game, and if they are, how effective they are. Okay, so that's basically what we have from wide receivers this year. That's kind of some stuff I picked up or saw while I was watching some gameplay. Next thing I want to talk about is a new running back hot route, and I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. You may have to double check. You may have to check like an EA form or something, but this halfback option route right here. You see this? And we smart routed it to beat man. I think that's now a hot route. I'm almost positive it is. I think it's a new hot route. I think instead of like swing to the short side of the field, I think we're gonna have this. I'm almost positive we still have the wheel routes, which is nice. And now with the addition of this option route, it's gonna be nice and interesting to see how it works in the game, how the option route not only works in the game, how we can use it to beat man or zone. The main thing I love about the option route is it's a 2-window route, so if you're in man coverage, then he's just going to go to the outside and beat man like that. So that's just something that it's interesting to see. One of the other things I want to talk about real quick, and that's one reason why I actually chose Philadelphia for this playbook. The Chip Kelly playbook in Madden 13 is going to be the best playbook starting out. Why is I say that is because the amount of stuff it's going to have in it. Read option. I'm guaranteeing you guys read option is going to be the #1 running play in Madden 25. You're going to see so much read option here, and the reason for that is because it's effective. It really is, guys. I'll guarantee you. I'm running read option right now, and if it's anywhere close to as good as it is in Madden 13, watch out for it, guys. We're going to have some read option defense for you guys. I'm actually going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about stopping the read option until Madden 25 drops, because I want to see if the concept still works. It should still work in theory, but I want to see if you want the guy to guard the quarterback. What you should do is try to, if you just pass him it every time, almost 9 times out of 10 he almost goes to the quarterback. Also, if you want to straight up blow up the read option, just run the edge sting and pull the blitz angle to the outside, and that blitz angle will stuff anything to that side, and then you have a blitz on the backside. So I think if you want to stop the read option, you mainly just need to use like edge sting or something like that if you really want to lock it up. Which is why 4-3 under is such a good formation. Is not only does it stop the run really well, it stops read option, it stops some nice passing. Anyway, got me off on a rant. Read options are going to be huge. The one thing that I love about this game, that I saw that I loved about Madden 25 is the run from the Green Bay Packers playbook. If you guys don't know already, go to the Green Bay Packers playbook, select the read option from the gun doubles flex wing, and check it out. It's an inside zone read type of concept, same thing as in split offset of Carolina. Inside zone read, basically where the running back, if you take a look here, I'll show you the split offset formation. The running back will line up behind the quarterback. So if you see here, see split, they're even, and then split offset, they're offset, like they're back a little bit. That is huge because what it's going to mean for us is it's basically going to mean we now have the Green Bay double flex wing run in a spread type. I think it's like spread or like trips or something in the Philly book, but we have it for multiple sets now. So now we don't have to just run one formation. Now we can use multiple, which is cool. It's going to be interesting to see how the offenses evolve next year and what everyone's going to be doing. See if it's as cut and dry as it is this year, where you run fades, drags, and streaks all game, or if you see a lot more different types of offenses. It's going to be pretty cool. Now that leads me to my next topic about inside passing streaks. Inside passing streaks are not really going to be as effective this year. Basically, from what I've heard, these streaks are going to be good, but they're not going to be as good. Zone is going to come back the streaks a little better this year, from what I've heard. Now that takes a play like patch will drag, and really it doesn't kill patch will drag. To be honest, it really doesn't. I think we still see some people running some patch will drag as far as at the beginning of the year. But what it does do to patch will drag is it takes the big play quote unquote ability out of it. Also, that leads me to my next topic. When we talk about patch will drag, one of the main concepts for patch will drag are the wheel routes on the outside. The wheel routes are toned down. Big time man coverage will guard them a little better now. You will no longer be able. I don't think you will no longer be able to pass lead at the wheel route to the inside and beat man coverage 100% of the time. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see wheel routes more effectively used to beat zone, not necessarily as a man beating route, which is going to be nice. It's going to be cool to see different offenses because we've used wheel routes for 3 years now. It is kind of getting old. I know. I'm getting sick and tired of having to use them because I can't beat man any other way. That's a shout out to Wolfman, man. Wolfman and me, we locked in, and we got like a just a love-hate relationship. I don't know how you would describe it, but Wolf knocks on me some, and I knock on him a lot. And anyway, we locked in, and I couldn't beat him. And the only way I could beat his man coverage was running the freaking wheel routes. I couldn't. I've ran wheel routes so much for the last 2 years. It's just like that's all I know. So it's gonna be interesting to relearn the game that way. Anywho, guys, another thing we saw at E3 was the ball hawk feature. The ball hawk feature is now a situation where you have to time the route. Essentially, you're not. Ball hawk is also going to be that. Also, real quick, we'll come back to that. But you're going to have to click onto your user, and you cannot hold ball hawk down for the whole play. So it's going to be a lot more like when they throw the ball. That's when you hold ball hawk, not the whole play. I think that's how it's going to work. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. If you may hit up SGibbs or ZFars at Twitter and double check, but I'm almost positive I'm correct. Also, you guys can turn ball hawk off now. So what that's going to mean is basically you just go into a game and just be like, all right, I'm not using ball. I'm going to use the regular settings. You have to tap triangle. It's basically like Madden 12 the way you're going to have to make the ball off. And from what I've heard, that's not the way to go. You want to continue to use ball hawk. You just want to relearn how to use it for 25. You want to get maybe while you're finishing your lab sessions now, as we head into NCAA 14's demo dropping tomorrow. This is actually, I'm recording this on Monday. Hopefully I get it up Monday night. But anyways, as we head into that stage, you're going to want to start working on ball hawk, working on using it, how to use the new feature, and not holding it down, snap the ball like every okay. As far as other topics from E3, let's talk about defense. Defense is it's been made better and it's been made worse. Basically, what I've heard is the 4-3 stack edge pressure, where you get two guys free, and any real 4-down lineman formation where you've been getting 2 guys free against 5 blockers. So like you said, 6, and you get 2 free. The center doesn't block anybody. I have heard that's no longer effective in this game, and that's kind of frustrating. It's not frustrating, but it is, because in the real NFL, you see manipulations of the offensive line all the time, and you see like overload blitz concepts and stuff. What I'm wondering is why we can't get that, like, random stuff. Like, overload blitzes work sometimes. Sometimes they get picked up, sometimes they don't. Why can't we get something like that where, not that it's completely random, but just based on, like, the attributes and all that, and just kind of the game. I mean, we probably will never see that, but it would be cool to kind of, if we ever got to that point. As far as wide receiver screens, I know that some people have been touching on, the wide receiver screens not being very effective for the last couple of years. I've heard that they are improved. I've heard the blocking's better, but I've heard also that you're going to still want to be able to use your running back swing routes as your main source of a screen pass. That's just what I've heard so far. I've heard that you can use the standard wide receiver screen, but overall, you're going to want to continue to go with your running back slip screen or your running back screen. Anything else we're going to talk about? Oh, back to the defense. So A gaps are not going to be in the game. I don't think. I think you're going to see defense blitzing. I think you're going to see it take a little bit of a downturn. You're not going to see as many nano, quote unquote nano blitzes, because every blitz can be styled. But you're not going to see as many nano blitzes. You're definitely not going to see the 4-3 over plus A gaps. Stop running that. You're going to have to use real concepts defensively, at least starting out, before we find some stuff. But I'm sure we'll find some blitz concepts that work. But as far as total overall, it just seems like it's going to be, you have to send 6 and get 1 free, and you're just going to have to play like that. I mean, I'm not mad about that. That's fine. As long as the zones play correctly, that's all I really care about, to be honest. Because I send 6. When I blitz, I usually send 6 anyway. But anyways, as far as a 4-6 bear under formation being as effective next year, I have not heard whether it is super effective or not. I'm assuming it probably still be really good because of the alignment of the formation. That's what makes it so good, is the fact that your linebackers are already in a blitzing position. So I'm sure bear under will be as effective, not as effective, but still effective in Madden 25. Let's talk about onside kicks. Onside kicks are fixed. No longer will you be able to onside kick 5 times and get a 4. Pretty much, I think it's like 1 in 100 or something. It's ridiculous. You don't get onside kicks in this game, trust me. Spub kicks are also fixed. Field goal blocks fixed. It seems like this game's gonna be pretty smooth overall, at least out of the gates. But I'm pretty excited to get my hands on the game and start putting out tips for you guys on how to play it. The game will drop August 23rd, I believe. The early release, though, will give you it August 20th. But the game, I think, in-game drops August 26th, and the early release will give it to you at the August 23rd date. Also, the demo comes out usually a couple of weeks before the game drops, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. NCAA 14 demo drops tomorrow, so that's going to be cool. I can't wait to start working for next year. I'm going to have some NCAA tips up for you guys as soon as I can. This is actually my first season playing NCAA, so I'm going to have to learn it. Z-Boy365, luckily, is going to be able to help me out because he plays it. I think he plays it like last 2 years, getting ready for Madden. So it's gonna be nice to play it. I've played NCAA, but I've never got deep with it. Like, I've always played more sim style in NCAA. So that's kind of cool with what we're gonna be able to do with that. Like I said, read option is gonna be big this year. I already know that. Also, like I said about the audible system, the same thing applies for defense. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't seen anything that I'm really worried about offensively this year. Something that I'm really worried, like, oh gosh, this is going to be overused. The read option is going to be good, and it should be good because it is good. It's a good concept. It should be good. Now, granted, that's what I forgot to tell you guys. So in NCAA 13, you can actually key in on the read option. So like you could tell like your outside linebacker to play the quarterback versus the running back. Like you could tell them to key in on something. So they have now added that in Madden 14 or Madden 25. you can now key in on that. So basically what that's going to mean is if I'm running read option and I'm running over and over again and I never ever give the ball to the running back, then it's going to now allow you to key in on the quarterback. Basically, it's like a button. Also, one thing, and then a couple more things about defense, and we'll get out of here. I never really use this feature. S. Gibbs does, and I think a lot more people do than don't. But what is it called? When you send like a cover zero blitz and add a 4-3 stack or something in there and spread, you line your dudes up. You have to line your dudes up manually over the guys. There's a new feature in the game called Man Align. That's going to be big for cover zero blitzes, I think, for disguise coverage, because it is basically you hit a button and they go right over. It's like PS2 or something, I think. You hit a button and whoever they're supposed to guard one-on-one, they go automatically and line themselves up over them in a good position. So that's going to be nice to see how that works. I'm probably not going to use it as much, to be honest, unless you can do it in zone 2. So like if I could come out and cover 3, make it look like I'm in man coverage, cover zero blitz. That's going to be, if I can do that, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be, I'll use it every play. One other thing, they also have another coverage audible where if you can press, like you can show press, like we baseline press on every play here, but they won't press in man coverage. So they'll give, it's called cushion coverage. So you baseline, you press, and then you hit the cushion coverage audible, and what it'll do is it like, what was it again? They won't press, but they're like, they'll play off. So basically they'll play man like they're playing off, but they'll show press. So it's a nice way to disguise coverage. And it's gonna be interesting to see how that works. I can't wait to get my hands on the game. Like I said, start working with all the coverage stuff. I think coverage is gonna be like disguise coverage is gonna be awesome this year, which is like what I do. I love it. So can't wait to get going. That's about it from what I remember out of E3 this year. From what I've heard, what I've seen, what I've watched, the new Xbox One and Xbox or PS4 consoles are amazing. You're going to want to get your hands on those as soon as possible, guaranteed, because you want to start playing on that run-free, that new system, that new engine. Oh man, it's so crisp and clean. From what I heard, they said it's like it'll blow your mind what you can do with it. I'm sure they're correct, man. They've had a ton of time to work on it, and I can't wait to get my hands on the new systems. I probably won't be buying the new systems until Christmas because I just won't have that money, man. Gotta have money to buy them. Anywho, guys, that's it for the E3 commentary, E3 breakdown, kind of E3 review. I appreciate everyone who checked out this video. I really do. I appreciate all the subscribers I've gotten. Comments, guys. Hit me up in the comments. I will answer as soon as I can. If I have not answered your comment and you're waiting for it, like you're looking at every video, when is he going to answer my comment? Please comment on this video, and I'll get right back to it. Sometimes what happens is I'll read them, and like I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll answer them later, and then I'll just forget. So if you have any questions or comments, just make sure you keep, just repost them in this one, and I'll definitely answer these. Lastly, guys, again, check out some more content coming. We have some Madden 13 kind of wrap-ups, preparation for Madden 25, and we got NCAA 14 football coming as soon as I can get my the demo. You're going to see video after video, scheme after scheme after scheme, getting you guys ready for NCAA 14. We going, guys. See you later.